Good morning, friend. Myself R. A. Krishna. So I welcome you in the thermal engineering lab. So today we will discuss on the experiment on single cylinder four-stroke engine, load test on single cylinder four-stroke diesel engine. So we have this specification of the engine. Number of cylinder is 1. Number of stroke 4 stroke. So small n which is equal to 1, k which is equal to 4. Fuel is diesel HS. Total rated power is 5.2 kilowatt. Speed is constant, that is 1500 rpm. Diameter of cylinder which is equal to 87.5 mm. Length of stroke which is equal to 110 mm, and compression ratio which is equal to 17.5:1. Orifice diameter 20 mm and dynamometer arm length which is constant, which is 185 millimeter. Okay, so in this one we can calculate the different parameters like brake power, thermal efficiency, volumetric efficiency, indicated power, brake specific fuel consumption, air fuel ratio, etc. So this is our experimental setup. So this is the single cylinder 4-stroke diesel engine. So this is the tappet setting of the engine. You can see here there are different valves, inlet as well as exhaust valve, and tappet setting. So this is the inlet valve and exhaust valve, and this is the plunger, and all this one is called as rocker arm. So all this mechanism is called as tappet setting. Now in this one, this plunger is used for the starting or uncranking the engine. This one is fuel injector. This is the cylinder head from here to here. This one is the block, cylinder block, and this one is crankcase. Okay, this one is flywheel. This is output shaft of the engine, that is called crankshaft. This one is eddy current dynamometer, from which we can calculate the brake power or the speed and the load. Okay, and here different arrangements are provided. This is the exhaust pipe. This one is exhaust pipe, and this one is the inlet pipe of the engine. This is the calorimeter. So these are the components of the engine. These are the important components of the engine. Now you can see here, to calculate first of all the brake power, we have equation 2 pi nt divided by 60 into 1000. So n is required to calculate, so that n is to be calculated from the RPM indicator. Okay, so from here, as the load is increases, according to that the speed will be varying, right? But this is the constant speed engine, that's why the speed will be constant around 1500 rpm. T, which is to be calculated from the load which is given over here, right? So as the load is increasing, the value of W will be changed, and according to that, here the arm length which is constant 185, that is equal to 0.0185, and the G multiplied by G, that is 9.81. So you can calculate the torque. You can calculate the torque, right? Then as the torque is calculated, so you can find out the value of brake power. So that is our first parameter. Second one is the mass of fuel consumption. How to calculate the mass of fuel consumption? So we have this burette. So from this one, how much time is required to consume 10 ml of fuel? So that we are going to find out. So the equation is for that, the 10 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by TF divided by again 3600 into calorific value of the fuel. So by that equation we can calculate volume flow rate of fuel, VF. So here for 10 ml of fuel, how much time is consumed, how much time is required to consume the 10 ml of fuel? So that we can find out from burette here. Next one here, how to find the volume flow rate of air, right? How much air is supplied? So that is to be calculated with the help of this manometer. We have this air box. This volume flow rate of air is to be calculated with the help of orifice, what we can say that air box method. This is the orifice diameter, whose diameter is orifice. This is the orifice whose diameter is 20 mm, right? Okay, convert into a meter, you will get the value. So we can calculate the amount of air which is supplied through this hole to the engine, that is CD, coefficient of discharge, that is 0.62 into A, that is pi by 4, and d over square. So d is what here? Diameter of orifice, not the diameter of cylinder, diameter of orifice, that will be considered over here. Then CD into A under root of 2G, H is calculated from here. H will be calculated from here, manometer difference. So H1 minus H2, highest value will be H1 and lowest value will be H2. So HW can be calculated here, difference between H1 minus H2 with the help of this manometer. Rho W divided by rho A. So rho W is what? Density of the water, which is 1000, and rho A, which is equal to density of air, that is equal to 1.17. So by that equation we can calculate the value of VA. Clear? Okay. Then next one is what here? To calculate again the brake specific fuel consumption. Right? So how much fuel is supplied to consume the to produce the power, right? So that we can calculate it with the help of different equations. So here we can vary the load, right, with the help of this dimmer. With the help of this dimmer we can vary the load. Initially we are calculating or we are finding out the performance of the engine with no load condition, zero load condition. Then we are changing this load with the help of this dimmer. As you can see here, it is rotor and starter is there. So eddy current dynamometer, as we are varying the voltage and cutting the flux of the so load is increasing. So that mechanism is used over here, which is equal to IR. According to that, the voltage is varying, the current will be varying, and according to that, the load is there. So we are finding out the different reading on the zero load condition, 2 kg, 4 kg, 6, 8, 10 and 12 kg of load. Okay. Now for the another one, heat balance sheet, again we require to find out the various parameters like heat supplied, that is MF into CV, mass of fuel supplied into calorific value of the fuel. So mass of fuel supplied can be calculated from over here, okay, and calorific value of the fuel, which is equal to 44000 for the diesel, okay, and here that is the 100%. Next one is how much heat is taken for indicated power. So that to be calculated from the indicated power, which is over here, that is IP, which is equal to NPMI divided by 60 into 1000. So indicated mean effective pressure into length of stroke, which is given over here, length of stroke, which is equal to 110. Then A, which is equal to pi by 4 d square. So d is what here? It is diameter of a cylinder. It is the diameter of cylinder, and n is the speed of the engine, and divided by 60 into 1000. Multiply by k, which is equal to 1 by 2 for 4 stroke and only 1 for 2 stroke. Then we have to find out the value of heat supplied or heat carried away by the cooling water. So for that one we require MW, CPW, TW2 minus TW1. So MW is mass of water which is supplied. So that can be calculated with the help of this flow meter, rotameter, right? So how much amount of water which is supplied to the engine, it is to be calculated, or which is can be find out from this rotameter in LPH, liter per hour, and the amount of water which is supplied to the calorimeter, that is also can be find out with the help of this rotameter in liter per hour. Okay, we have different temperatures. We have different temperatures at different location. So we have T1, temperature of water, inlet water, water which is supplied to the cooling jacket. This is the T2, that is the outlet temperature of the water. Temperature T3 is here, that is the calorimeter, and temperature T4 is inlet to the exhaust gases, and this is T5 is exit of the exhaust gases. Okay, and that can be find out, or that can be taken from this different what we can say that this dashboard. Okay, this dashboard we can find out the different temperatures by this knob. Okay, now what is the application of this temperature? What is the use of this temperature? So we have to find out the value of QW, that is MW, CPW, TW2 minus TW1. So TW2 can be calculated from here, can be found from here. This value can be taken, and this is a TW1. Okay. So by that equation, we can find out the value of QW, mass of water which is supplied to the engine. Then next one is the QG, that is amount of gases which is, or heat which is carried away by the exhaust gases. So that is nothing but mg CPG Tg minus Ta. So mg is not nothing but the mass of gases, okay, which is supplied, and CPG specific heat of gases, and the Tg minus Ta. So Tg over here is the exhaust temperature of this one calorimeter, and Ta is ambient temperature. Okay, so that we are taking. Then last one is heat unaccounted, that can be calculated with the help of the heat supplied minus heat carried away by the, or heat absorbed by the indicated power, heat carried away by the, plus heat carried away by the cooling water, plus heat carried away by the exhaust gases. Okay, so this is how we can perform the experiment on the single cylinder 4-stroke diesel engine. Both the test we can calculate it, we can perform this engine load test as well as the heat balance sheet. And for the both test, the same setup is used, but only addition over here is nothing but only that additional of the temperature and calculation of this water supplied are the additional thing which is required for the heat balance sheet. So thank you, dear friend.